back to the news now that I'm live. Let me get back to this news. Good morning, everybody. Welcome to the live trading session.
Oh yeah, Tesla closed at 118 on the first candlestick. That's nice.
You said Tesla
Yeah,
closed
on the
where?
first 30. It closed at 318.
Oh, 318. Okay. You still in Tesla or you got out?
Now I'm still in there.
Oh, okay. You should be good now. Let's see we get that push to the 325 target for you. Since it's above
Yeah.
318 now, you might get that. You should get that. As long as it holds that support. So now your stop out is 316. You don't let it get below 316 on you. But we had some good reports today. We had earnings reports from the banks. J.P. Morgan, all the banks beat on their earnings. All of them. So I don't see. Let me go to my heat map real quick. Let's look at the heat map. Let's see what the banking sector looks like. Finance. Let's see the change on the day. So the finance sector is looking pretty red today, even with all the banks beating. So I gotta look deeper into why they're still going down after beating. It probably has a lot to still do with what they projected as far as what they may get impacted with tariffs and all that stuff coming forward. If you have been paying attention, the dollar has been depreciating in value crazy over the last year. So we got to make sure we pay close attention to that. Which is why you
All-time low since 91.
since 91, the dollar's worth less than it was in 91. That's crazy. Way less than it was in 91. So
Boy, you travel to Europe right now, you ain't buying shit.
you ain't buying nothing. Everything's extra expensive in Europe for you right now, man. Yeah, so that's what's going on there. We
Like
gotta.
some in Europe at the currency exchange, they give me 66% of my American money.
They gave you. They needed what? How much? 66%.
I gave them 66%. Yeah.
That's disgusting. I'll be pissed.
So for example, if I gave them 300, they gave me 200 euros.
Yeah, I'll be pissed.
Yeah.
And that makes it very clear for you to see the devaluation of the dollar when you're traveling to places who have currencies valued higher than ours. People think it's only Europe, but it's not only Europe. I think Denmark.
Uh-huh.
I think Denmark. Who else? Um, Let me see. I'm about to pull up this list right now. Like doing a little homework research. Let's see. So this is if you go to anywhere. So if you go to Singapore, $1.35. It takes $1.35 of our dollars for every dollar of theirs. So their dollar is worth 35% more than ours. Canada, same thing with Canada. Australia, 53%. It takes $1.53 for every Australian dollar. The New Zealand dollar is worth more than the American dollar. The Bulgarian lev is worth more. The Barbados dollar. Wow, Barbados, really? Barbados takes $2 for every American for $1, so this is worth twice as much. That's crazy. Might have to move to Barbados, man. Make that Barbados
How much
money.
y'all buying in Barbados?
I'm about to. I'll start making some hustles in Barbados. Boy, that sounds like a nice little destination. Belize, $2 for every dollar. The Fiji dollar is worth $2.28 right now. Nah, you. This is crazy. Saudi Arabia, the Royal is worth $3.75. Or is this in reverse? Yeah, I think this is in reverse actually. Those are worth less. I'm sorry. I'm like, it can't be that many dollar currencies stronger than the dollar, man. Okay, yeah, I was doing it in reverse. So the ones at the top is this one stronger than the US dollar. So the Kuwait dinar is the strongest currency in the world right now. I ain't moving moving to Kuwait though?
Wait.
Yeah, the dinar.
What is going on there?
I don't know, but the dinar is worth way more. A U.S. dollar is only worth 30 cents over there.
Sheesh. Coca-Cola with a US dollar, bro.
U.S. dollar worth 30 cents over there. That's crazy.
That's terrible, bro.
And then we got who else? Of course, we know the euro, the Swiss franc, the UK pound, Gibraltar. I've never been to Gibraltar, but the Gibraltar pound, 79 cents. The US dollar is only worth 79 cents there. And so the places you would want to move if you want to increase the value of your money, mostly anywhere in Europe, because the euro is worth about 9 cents more than the dollar. You could go to Switzerland, the Swiss bank, which is a lot of millionaires and billionaires bank in Swiss banks. And then you got the UK pound. You could go to the UK. Or you could go to Jordan, Kuwait, Bahrain, or Oman. And I wonder if that's why they always like having so much conflict with Kuwait, Bahrain, and all that kind of stuff. You know why? You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Because they must hold something of mass value over there that allows them to have the only United States dollar only be worth 30 cents in Kuwait and Bahrain. They must have some massive amounts of a resource that's back in their currency. Beautiful. Well, that was some good homework. I like doing little stuff like that. Learn a little something. Learn you something. Let's see. The economic calendar, CPI came in a little bit lighter than expected today. Banks beat on earnings. So I think today should be typically based on those two reports like that. I think we should have a bullish day, but we gapped up overnight, so we may see a retest of this gap on the Qs that back down to 557.30 before we bounce again and retest 560. Then after we get above the all-time high 560.80, I'm looking for this 565 area right up here to hit. We hit that. Beautiful. Let me put my stop alert on Microsoft because I jumped in a Microsoft call. We're going to see if they could push to a new all-time high today. If not, we get out. If they pull back below 504, I'm out of there. What's Oklo doing? Oklo still holding on this morning. That's $60. Beautiful. Need a nice little play on Oklo. Tim, you there? I ain't hear Tim talking. Where he at, man? I see him in here. I ain't hear him all morning.
He in the chat, but I think he stepped away.
Yeah. Oh shit! Archer Aviation
He said
starting
he's
to move.
scalping Coinbase puts.
Scalping Coinbase puts. That boy tripping. Coinbase going over 400 today, boy. Yesterday was the pump fake. Today is they're gonna punch right through that fucking level.
Bitcoin kind of retrenched though.
It did. 117, 118, but I still think Coinbase wasn't high enough for where Bitcoin was at in the first place. You know what I'm saying? Bitcoin to be at 120,000, Coinbase should be like $450. MicroStrategy should be over $500. So they're lagging. Both of them are lagging behind Bitcoin. And that shows you how powerful of an asset Bitcoin is. Bitcoin is going to outpace the entire stock market soon, as it probably already has. And then it's going to start becoming more valuable. There's going to be more money in Bitcoin than there is in gold. I think there's $23 trillion in gold and about $2 trillion in Bitcoin right now. So if I see Bitcoin catching up to gold, that means Bitcoin could 10x in value from where it's at now. Which means you putting a Bitcoin at around $1.2 million a coin. Which you hear a lot of people talking, Kathy Woods, and a lot of them project that. And it sounded crazy at first, but I think that's how they're doing their formula. They're trying to say Bitcoin market cap is going to at least reach gold, if not surpass it. And that will put Bitcoin at around $1.2 million a coin. So if you think you're late now, you really be late then. Like, damn, I could have been buying Bitcoin when it was $100,000 a coin. It's now over $1 million a coin. We'll never see it down there again. I guarantee you. We're in a time that is unprecedented. This is unprecedented times. We are in the creation phase of a new currency. And these levels and prices that it's sitting at right now, in about 10 years, these will be unheard of. Like, our kids will never think of Bitcoin being this low in value. That would be like people talking about how you used to be able to buy an ounce of gold for maybe like $2 or $5. We're like, what? An ounce of gold is like $2,000. It's like over $1,000 right now. Over $2,000. Over $3,000 right now. So you talking about I could have bought an ounce of gold for $5 back in the day? That's the time we're in right now. So lock in, build up your asset, build up your Bitcoin, all the other altcoins out there. What happened?
JP Morgan, you see Jamie Dimon change his tune on crypto?
Of course he had to. First of all, he's exposed. He was lying the whole time. Okay.
Man, that's criminal.
That's criminal, right? He should be arrested for doing some shit like that. You got millions of people that listen to your financial advice, and you was out there talking about crypto is a scam, da 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 da. And you steered so many people away from crypto that probably was ready to invest in it because of what you said. He should be arrested. And you did that so you could keep it at a low depressed price so you could buy it. More of it. But now it's at a price where it's like, all right, the cover's blown. Now it's like, okay, we're buying Bitcoin. Like, that's corny. But that's how it shows you how much they fear competition. If you were so good at what you do and so dominant in what you do, you wouldn't fear competition that much.
They fear mass people.
That's what it is, yep. Gaining wealth. Right. That's what they fear. That ultimately brings them competition. Because next thing you know, people are going to be opening their own banks. People are going to be competing with Chase. And that's it. Now you got a problem. Because people got capital now. You know what I'm saying?
Do you know how many people were killed en route to Bitcoin getting to this price because they held too much Bitcoin or whatever?
And people forget about that. All those news articles, people were getting knocked off.
John McAfee, all these people, a lot of them were killed, bro.
Big Bitcoin owners.
Too loud.
Too loud. Yep, they were too loud. You're right. And they had their own exchanges. They had their own things starting up. And then a lot of them was getting knocked off. I remember it was like, I wonder if it's like around the pandemic or right after the pandemic, they was knocking them off left and right. I'm going to go back and look up a list. I'm going to look up a list of all the Bitcoin millionaires that have been killed.
Look up John McAfee's story. Remember John McAfee?
No.
He's the one that created the antivirus when, for Windows 95. I forgot the name of the antivirus we used to use back then. You know, the most popular antivirus when we were all using Windows computers.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
He was one of the first people to the crypto space in in 2011, and he just used to say all type of rapid things about governments and stuff. And then one day while he was on vacation with his wife, she stepped out and he killed himself. And she was like, she don't know why, you know what I'm saying? She never seen that coming.
Yeah, that's crazy. And it's crazy how efficient they are, bro. Like the Epstein thing, they said that the camera went out for 60 seconds on his cell, and then came back on, he was dead. So that means they sending in high level assassins, bro. It's a cold world out here, man. You gotta be careful. Which is why I always tell people, when it comes to investing and having money, you don't never tell people how much money you got or how much you got invested into something. You never give an exact amount. You always give a roundabout amount, around this, around that. You don't ever give exactly how much you have. Nobody really needs to know. Because once that happens, now you start putting a target on yourself.
Don't remember the company McAfee Antivirus?
McAfee, McAfee, yeah, I do remember that.
So the founder of that company died in Spain, and he was huge on crypto in 2011, 12. Huge, just always talking about American government, talking about the Clintons, this, that. He was just always, rapping his mouth. And one day he killed himself in Spain.
Right. All of a sudden, right? Okay.
get another push, but it's on a 3-2 right here, and then on the daily, it's on a 3-2, but it's a bullish 2, which kind of worries me because tomorrow is a bearish 2, then it's coming down.
I didn't get any alert on Airbnb yet. Let me see something. Airbnb, I got an alert on them crossing 139.61 was supposed to be my entry.
Okay.
Okay, that's where it rejected off of this morning, looks like.
Yep.
So when I get back above there, I'm gonna enter, and we're gonna look for that 142 and 144 after that. But if we reject, I got put entry at 132. Anything in between 139 and 132 is like a chop zone. So I ain't touching it in between there. But it looks like it's getting ready to break out to the upside. So we break through this level today. If we could close like a 30-minute candlestick above 139.60, I'll jump in there. Give me that. Who else do we have on the list? Who else? Let me see. We have Nvidia hit both targets already from the call out list. Shout out to the price target list. And I was skeptical about putting Nvidia on the list this week, but something told me there was one that have one more leg up. So I'm shading those in. Nvidia both targets hit. Beautiful, beautiful. Set your alerts. If you're not making money, you're not setting your alerts. I promise you. Apple hasn't triggered yet. The Qs, 554 was the call entry, 555 target, 555.03, and then 556 was the second target, 556.50. Remember, I was doing short targets on all the calls because it was all-time highs, and you don't know where it's going to go after that. But we did end up getting 560, so both the Q targets hit on their profit as well. You could have took profit on those. You would have got more than what you was asking for on the Qs. Tesla, we're waiting on Tesla. Tesla call entry has triggered, but we're waiting for it to push above to 325. Starbucks, I didn't get any alerts on Starbucks, so I don't think Starbucks pushed to the call entry yet. So you still got opportunity there. Yeah, Starbucks is getting close to call entry though at 94.59. Starbucks gets above there. Why am I alert not in? Thank God I learned to look. But Starbucks gets above there. We want to close as a 30-minute candlestick above there. We want to take calls. Start looking at those calls.
What was your entry on Starbucks?
94.60. Then we got AMD. Let's look at AMD. AMD. AMD is a sucker, boy. But AMD both targets hit. You know, we said 145.92 is entry. That actually triggered yesterday at around 12 o'clock. You should have gotten an AMD call, and both targets hit overnight. It's opened up at 156 today. Second target was 150 on AMD, so you'd open well inside profit on that. Another banger for you. Beautiful, beautiful.
What you invested on 10 years ago, AMD is a top 5 company. It returns the most profit over the last 10 years, along with Nvidia, Bitcoin, Tesla. I think AMD is like 3rd or 4th on that list.
And look at AMD on the 3-month chart. We still got room to run, boy. I love it. AMD, the next big level I see AMD hitting based on the quarterly chart is going to be up around 165.27. On the weekly, is it at a weekly level that I want to test? Can we still retest AMD if we want? We could get it on AMD as another call entry at 158.54. If it starts closing above there, we could ride that wave up to 165.
Roblox is just gone, bro.
Roblox, right?
Yeah.
Listen, they were on the bonus list.
But it's not giving me no chance.
It's not giving no chance for a pullback, right? What the fuck? Oh, you make me want to look at. Oh my God, it's at 112. Yesterday was 110, 106 yesterday. 106.20 was the call entry, but it didn't even pull back down to that yesterday. It just kept pushing. Roblox is a monster. But Roblox was also on the call out chart. Roblox 106 the call entry, 107.88 target, 110.13 second target. Both of those hit.
What's going on, trappers?
What's going on, bro? What's going on? Morning, man. Just going over all the call outs that hit already on the call out list, man. Look, we just put the list out and targets are smacking. Money being made everywhere here. Walmart didn't hit yet. Let me look at Hims. The Hims hit? I don't think Hims hit yet either. Let me double check Hims. Hims hit call entry this morning and then rejected. We gotta watch out for Hims to get back above that 52.30 level.
Alright.
I know you was watching Hims yesterday, right, bro?
Yeah.
Okay. I mean, 52.30. You get back up 52.30? Yeah, I might jump in that with you. Because it almost hit the first target this morning. And then it rejected. Or pre-market it almost did.
Yeah, like pre-market it was at $53.
And then we got my baby Aklo. Aklo came through. Aklo almost hit the first target. Baby Aklo came through. Aklo hit the first target on Aklo. Almost hit 64.70. We should get that today. I'm gonna put that target up there. I already took some profit on them from getting in at the. Actually, I got in before, a little bit before call entry. That's why I took profit a little early. But I still got one runner on them, looking for that 64.72 level. And then who else we had on the list? MicroStrategy was the first name on the list. MicroStrategy just hit first target today. They hit that 452. Had call entry at 444.95, and it hit the call entry and it triggered. It hit call entry and target yesterday and today. It hit it twice. So you could have played that range twice from 444 to 452. And next level we looking is for that 457.50. Almost hit that this morning, and then it's rejecting off of that now. But after that 457.50 is when we could get the nice run on MicroStrategy. That's when it could go to 470, and that's the push I'm looking for. That's why I got a call that's a little far out. What you say?
I'm waiting on Google. Because I'm still in the 190 calls. I averaged down this morning. She's just cracking all-time high this morning.
Who?
I see a lot of shit cracking all-time high this morning. Boy.
Hey, man, the banks all beat earnings. CPI came in a little bit lower than expected. Today should be a bullish day, man. As long as Trump don't come out and say anything crazy, we are good. BK's pushing for me. Them boys, as long as BK pushing, I know the market's okay. They're my inside look, bro. Not Nvidia, not any. Nope. The Bank of New York.
$96 yesterday.
Yeah, they had earnings overnight. They beat their earnings, so I think they're gonna push today. All the banks beat earnings today, so.
Yeah.
But everything had a little pullback this morning, even the banks. So I'm gonna see if they're gonna push by the end of the day, which I think they will. So if we want to look at some banks, let's look at some banks real quick. Let me look at Citi. Citi reported earnings. Citi's on a little push this morning, actually. Citi might break $90 today. They're also one of the oldest banks out here, Citibank, believe it or not. They was around during slavery times. Them and the Bank of New York Mellon. They was trading slaves on Wall Street. Best believe it.
Yes, they was. Right on the front street.
Yep. But guess what? I'm going to make some money off of them. For my ancestors. I need a refund. We need that money back. Y'all tried us. I think black people ought to take over the whole options market, bro. Because we hustlers, and then once we start figuring this out, it's over. It's over. It's a wrap. It's over. It is over.
Now we're gonna figure out a scheme like, damn, all right. So if I have $300, now I gotta look for, a couple contracts so I can make $1,000.
Yep, you're gonna be able to make money.
Yeah. All right, how many trades is it gonna take me?
People gonna understand this market to a whole nother level. We're gonna be able to take advantage ASAP.
That shit gonna be a real nice hustle, boy. Are we gonna get that $3 rejection this morning? As you know, SPY and the Q is gapped up. Think gonna get that rejection?
Oh, who? That's me and G talking about, man. Listen, all-time highs. You gotta be careful, man. You never know when that rejection gonna come. 560 is the next level. 560 is the level of resistance. If it breaks above 560, then we gotta look for 565. It's gonna reject at one of these $5 intervals. It's gonna reject. So if you pull it up if you want to see when that rejection comes in, you could pull up a range chart on. I got a range chart on the Qs. On TradingView.
Bearish now on a 30. I feel like it's coming right now.
I don't know, dog. I want to say right now. It has these little mini pullbacks, but it always pushes back up through it. So I don't want to get caught in one of those. So if you look right here, like yesterday before it closed, the Qs had like a little five. Oh no, this is July. When is that? July 9th. That's right. These aren't going by days. This is by price movement. So each one of these candlesticks doesn't necessarily mean a day. This is just whenever the Qs move by $5. So the last time Qs moved by $5, it was July 9th when it went up, and then it moved up another $5 on July 14th. So it hasn't. This is showing you it hasn't moved down to $5 since July 9th. So we've been in the uptrend until this Prince of Red candlestick on the range chart is not in any kind of reversal yet. And even when it does, I always wait for two of them to print before I consider that a true reversal, because we've had one print and then we reverse right back to the upside. So the Qs could go from 560, you could go back down to 555, 554, and then it could bounce back up. Or it could even go back down to 550. Yeah, exactly.
I'm just saying like this to fill the gap, basically. Like just the gap down we had.
The gap, okay. So what price?
I mean the gap up we had.
Back down to yesterday's close?
The gap up we had.
From 550, 650? Yeah, I could see that.
Then bounce back up for the rest of the day. Because I don't feel like they're going to push it right now.
Okay. I want Apple to make that push to 215. Give me that 215. What's all these alerts going on? What's going on here? What's happening? Tesla? I'm getting Tesla alerts going on.
There's a
Coinbase, MicroStrategy, both get a little rejection right here.
Yeah, look like Tesla might go back to 313, boy.
Coinbase hit that 400 today, though. Sure did.
It closed at 317 on the second candlestick. Fucking Tesla, bro.
Yeah, 317.60. That's
gonna
the
be a
alert.
landslide. Right back to 313, boy.
Why you say that? Is a reversal coming?
Yep, I see it on the 30. If this one bar don't catch itself.
Oh, if this one bar don't be up on the 30, like it gotta be two
Right.
up.
If this one bar don't turn into a 2 down, then you good. It's gonna bounce. If it turns to a 2 down, you going down.
You going down.
2 down is when it don't go over.
Yeah.
Hmm?
2 down is gonna look like that other candle before the 30. It's gonna be a red candle just like that.
Oh shit.
Yeah, so you need Tesla to stay above 316.40, or you wanted to get above 319.40. Those are the two levels you need to watch for right now on Tesla. But for you, your stop out is 316. So Tesla get below 316, that's when you're supposed to be stopping out your position. If it closes a 30-minute candlestick below there, it just put a 2 down in on the 30, so be careful.
It had a 30 already red. There you go. Now it turned red.
Yeah.
Yep. But it's black.
Okay, now that's the 2 down.
Time to slide.
Ah shit. Like I'm gonna come back tomorrow, bro, to this computer. Ah fuck. Man, I'm thinking it was gonna push this morning after it closed for 30.
See if it bounce off of 316. If it don't bounce off of 316, if it start closing below 316, yeah, you gotta go. Why Clean Spark acting like such a little bitch?
I'm trying to tell you.
Like, what the fuck?
Yeah, man, right.
Top of the morning, y'all boys and ladies and gentlemen.
Top of the morning, my brother. What's going on, man?
Cooler.
My Archer Aviation starting to move a little bit. ACHR. They get above 1150. That's my first target. I want them to get to 1250. That's what I'm getting out. Come on. Give it to me, baby. Everything is pushing, but
all-time high today.
who?
That's crazy. Afco.
Oh yeah, man. Broadcom been pushing, dog. They've been pushing.
Right.
Their contracts are expensive too. Avgo was on a nice push.
Bruh, I can't catch them, boy.
They over 500 now, right?
Who, Afro?
Yeah.
Nah. They are 282.
Who am I thinking of? Who am I thinking of that just pushed over 500 recently? That just keeps going crazy. Who was that?
I don't know.
CrowdStrike. That's what I'm thinking. CrowdStrike. CrowdStrike was almost at 500. Yeah, they were over 500. CrowdStrike. CrowdStrike went crazy too. If you look at their chart, that's another one I wanted to catch on there. Some trades, but they just kept pushing. And a little pullback right now, actually. So this is actually a nice time to catch them. They back below 500. Actually below 480. I'd like to see if they get back above this 475 area. Oh shit, they came back for you, boy. looking bad.
472.
Yeah, I like that. If they get back above 475, it's go time. We could ride that way right back up to the 500s. I like. Put these levels in real quick.
Having two going crazy right now.
Oh, don't tell me that, dog. I had them on the list last week. They wouldn't do shit for us. Remember, they wouldn't do shit. They were staying stuck all last, what was that, week and a half ago? They would not move above like 144. Kept rejecting it. Now they're at 150. Fuck. I should have just got a contract a month out. That's why I messed up. Contract time was too short. That's my fault.
It be like that, boy. That should be too short.
Yeah, that's why I like buying time, man. Time. Because if you see the move, you're most likely not wrong on the move. If you got the right support and price levels, you just got to give it the time. The time is the hardest thing to gauge.
You know, another shit you gonna be mad at too?
No.
Fucking AMD, boy.
Yeah, dog, we was looking at them earlier. I had them on the call out list. I had them on the price chart, price levels list this week. And they hit target yesterday. They hit entry yesterday, and then they hit both targets before open today. Crazy gap up overnight with Nvidia, because Nvidia pushed up because of that article you pushed out.
Because of that news.
Yeah.
Yeah, rejection played out nice on SPY. Let me see the Qs. The Qs late to the party.
I'm out of my Coinbase puts here for 20% profit.
Coinbase?
Shit.
Oh, what you got in at the? Oh, you caught them at the top, huh? That boy Tim must have caught them at like
400.
Oh, I was gonna say, yeah, you caught him at 400. Okay, nice. Yeah, nah, that's not a bad play. Trying to play the 400 rejection. I thought you was in puts from open. I was like, eee.
Oh, nah. I caught the push up to 400 and then got in the 380 puts.
Okay.
I think we'll come down to about 391.30 before we can push back up. I know we over 390. We cool. Regardless.
Clean Spark being a real sucker right now, boy.
Real whole out shit.
Ho.
You just need Bitcoin to hit 120 again, man. Bitcoin sliding down. How the hell you hit record high? Can't stay above. I need that 120.
They might try to pull it back before you push up again because the PPI news wasn't bad.
It's Nvidia running almost up 300%. Shout out to Nvidia today, man.
Crazy.
Nvidia did his thing. Clean Spark is at home. Microsoft is chilling. Microsoft putting the 2 down on the 30. Yeah, it did. Gotta be careful here. Let me look at the hourly. Everything looks good on the hourly still, but the 30s are starting to look weak. So you gotta be careful. Gotta be careful. Hello? Hello?
Hey, cuz.
Yo, what's good, cuz?